Jan from What's Up Family Home. Welcome back to my kitchen, and today I am bringing you a collab, and it's hosted by Southern Wife Everyday Life. And we are bringing back the cookbooks. Nobody uses cookbooks much anymore, especially since you have Pinterest and all recipes. You can get a recipe online really quickly, and you just don't use your cookbooks anymore. They're usually just on your shelf collecting dust. So she is having this collab every month, and we're bringing back the cookbook. So I am doing another Southern church cookbook recipe, and I've got a few cookbooks that I really love, and I wanted to bring you some of those recipes. I've had them for years, and I've still never made all those recipes, so I'm excited to bring this to you. And I'm making a ground beef casserole and a fresh fruit cobbler. And the ground beef casserole was delicious. Doug said it was better than anything you could get in a restaurant. And I agree, it was really good and really kind of different. And also a fresh fruit cobbler. It had a little bit too much liquid in it, so it took forever to cook down, but it was really good as well. So I'll bring you both these recipes, and I will have the recipes linked down below. I'll have Tamara's channel linked down below and the playlist. So there's great cooks in this collab, so you've got to check them out. And you've got to check out Tamara's channel. She has a wonderful channel. She does cooking, prepper pantry, she does grocery hauls, day in the life. She has an awesome channel, so I hope you'll go like and subscribe to her channel. So I hope if you are coming from one of the other ladies' channels that you will stick around. I really appreciate having you guys here, and I'll turn you around and let's get started. These are the cookbooks I'm using. This one is actually from my church that I grew up in when I was a kid. And I love this cookbook. It is really nice, and it's the newest one. My grandmother bought it for me too, so that's why it means a lot to me. And this is the one with the fresh fruit cobbler, and I will have that link down below. And this one is another one I've had for years. And you can tell this one is well loved because it is, I don't know if that was my child that did that, but it's got great recipes. It's got a lot of kitchen hints in there, so I really love this cookbook. I've even wrote some of my own recipes in here as well. So this is a really good cookbook, and I can't wait to bring you some more recipes from it. So I know I won't be able to find these cookbooks I won't be able to find these books to link, but I will type out the recipes for you. All right, y'all, I got the ground beef going. I'm just adding some peppers and onions to the dish because it just sounds like it needs peppers and onions. It does have some onion in it. It said it calls for a green onion, but I only had a little bit of green onion. It calls for softened cream cheese. I am softening mine up in the microwave, and I'll add that to the sour cream. Y'all, I promise I'm not cooking my paper towel. Have y'all did this trick before? I just do not like to drain grease, so I have been doing this, and it's worked out really good. So I'm just going to drain out as much of this liquid as I can. I'm not scared of a little fat, as you can see my body type. So I'm just going to take that out. And it is, I think the peppers and onions are pretty much done. I did add salt and pepper, and it calls for garlic salt, but I'm just going to use regular old garlic powder, and I've already put salt in there. And I'm also going to put some onion powder. You know it. When you know, you know. It's my favorite. That's why I got to put an onion in there, because I love onions. So. Okay, the next thing it says is to add the sauce. I've had this can in my prepper pantry, and I needed to use it up. That is another thing I'm doing this month, is trying to use up what I have instead of going to the grocery store. So I'm so glad to find this recipe and use up what I have. I've got this ground beef. It's from my freezer. The green pepper is from my garden. I did have to buy the onion, but that was it. All right, add tomato sauce. It calls for a tablespoon of sugar. I'll just sprinkle a little bit in there. Stir that around. I've already got my garlic in there. I didn't measure that. I've already got my salt in there and pepper. calls for a dash of Worcestershire sauce, but I'm not really a fan, so I'm just gonna skip that. I've got my cream cheese and my sour cream in here, and it says to add 3 green onions, but I didn't have, I had a little bit of 3 green onions, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that. Probably could have went and got some chives out of my garden. That would probably work too. So I'll just mix this together. I just wanted to bring this to you. Is anybody else a messy cook? Or is it just me? Am I the only messy cook out there? So I got to clean this up right quick and then I'll assemble it. But let me know down below. Are you a clean cook or a messy cook? It says to layer the noodles. And then to do a layer of the beef. Alright. And this kind of looks like cottage cheese. I think that's kind of what the idea is. It's like a lasagna kind of. So I'm just going to layer on some of this cheese mixture. And I did go out to the garden and I went ahead and added some of the chives because I think it needed something green. And it does not say that you have to like layer it over the whole thing, but I'm going to go ahead and pretty much layer it all over. It didn't really melt that much, the cream cheese, because I guess I didn't have it soft enough, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and layer another layer of the noodles. Alright, a layer of noodles. A layer of the beef. I did not picture this as a lasagna type when I first saw the recipe, but that's what it looks like it's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and spread this out like this. Y'all, this smells so good. It's looking good too. Alright. Now I've got some cheese. So now I'm going to go ahead and layer some cheese. I had a little bit of, I think, a Monterey Jack or some kind of cheese. And I combined that with some pepper jack. I love pepper jack. It's not really spicy, but you get that peppery flavor, and that's what I like about it. And I didn't measure. I just went ahead and measured with my heart, like everybody says. Alrighty. We'll pop that in the oven on 350 for 30 minutes. Alright, y'all, this one's going to be a fresh fruit cobbler. And I am not using fresh fruit. I'm going to use this canned cherry pie filling because I love cherries. So I've got a stick of butter melting in a cast iron skillet. So I'm going to add 2 cups of milk. I'm going to add, it calls for a cup of sugar, but since it's pie filling and it's got a little bit of sweetness to it, it's a little bit less than 2/3 cup, but it says a cup. So if you want to add a cup, if you're using fresh fruit, then you can do that. And if it's not really sweet, it won't hurt my feelings. You can always pour some sugar on the top. All right, and then I've got a cup of self-rising flour, so I'm just going to mix that into my milk mixture. I've made one similar like this before, but I thought this was a little bit different. And I've really never used cherry, but I will try it. All right. Everything is combined, and I'm waiting for my butter to melt. All right, my butter is melted. It just says to add this slowly and carefully into the pan. I am so excited for this. Distribute it evenly so I can get a bite of cherry in every piece. Alright, get all that goodness out of there. I don't want to leave any of it behind. Alright, so now I'm going to pour the flour mixture on top of the fruit. It's a little bit lumpy, but that's as good as I could get it. So we'll see how it turns out. All right, y'all. I am so excited for this. All right, I'm going to bake it at 400 for 45 minutes. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I wish y'all could smell it. I'm going to let this cool, and I'm going to make us a side salad to go with it while we wait on the cobbler. So excited. All right, y'all, look at it. Cannot wait to dig in. I let it sit for a little bit so it could absorb all the liquid. I've made me a salad with some lettuce and some onions and tomatoes. Just a quick salad for tonight. And I'm going to cut into it and make my plate. And we'll taste it and I'll let you know how it is. It came out perfect. Y'all, I had to cut it in half because I'm like, I don't think I can eat that huge piece. I tasted it. It is so good. That sour cream mixture, it doesn't make it taste like a lasagna at all. It gives it a whole other flavor. This is so, so good. I am impressed. I'm telling you. This was really good. Easy to come together. And it's definitely a winner. Y'all, this definitely took longer than 45 minutes. And I had to put it on broil. And I don't know if it's quite done yet, but I'm going to try it anyway. I put it on broil and it was getting a little bit dark, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in my bowl and try it and see how it is. All right, y'all, this was really good. I wish I had some ice cream to put over the top, but I had to definitely cook it a lot longer because I think it had more liquid than it should have. I would cut back to 1 cup of milk and not 2, but other than that, this is really, really good. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you make these 2 recipes. They were delicious. And you don't have to use bow tie like I did. Just use any kind of pasta. It didn't say what kind, but it was amazing. You need to make that. And I want to thank Tamara for hosting and doing these cookbook collabs. I love going through these cookbooks and finding some recipes. And I always find some good ones. So I want to thank her, and I will have her channel linked below. Make sure you go check out her channel and like and subscribe. And all the other ladies in the collab, there's going to be a playlist down below. Make sure you click on that and watch all the videos and like and subscribe to them as well. So I hope you enjoyed it. I loved having you here with me today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.